It's been a little bit less than a month since the last time we went over some of the best update concepts or ideas created by the Brawl Stars community, and in that episode I was genuinely blown away by some of the concepts you guys are coming up with, as well as how you are delivering it, right? Lots of good artwork, lots of good ideas, so I wanted to make sure to come back to something like this in the near future. One, to be able to shed light on some of the creators that we have in the community that might not be getting as much recognition as a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or being on Twitter or something like that, as well as maybe throwing out some really good ideas into the Brawl universe, and maybe they might catch on. Don't know if they're completely tangible for updates to come here in the very near future, but still some really awesome ideas that personally I would love to see in the game here in the near future. So hope you guys are all pumped up. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go. So starting things off here in today's video on a post from Ari Hagria. Hopefully I said that right. I literally always say that in these videos. You guys know this about your boy Ray by now. Approach this with a grain of salt. I suck at pronouncing names, so go easy on me, please. But guys, I feel like I will never live this idea down. Whenever we do a concept video, I feel like this always makes its way in there with a different rendition or a different idea, but kind of the same premise, and that is donations of your currency in game. You guys don't know how much I've wished that I could donate like my coins or something like that a little bit less. Now that I know that true gold and true silver skins are coming around the corner, I'm kind of happy that that hasn't been in the game, just in case more skins get those true silver, true gold. But still, I think it'd be really helpful if, like, say someone has a star power in the shop for a brawler that you know they want to get better with, you can donate them a few coins here and there, or gold, so that they can get up there. Or in this instance, they're donating power points. I want this so bad. It's going to help out with club interaction, the overall necessity or the reason for you to be in a club, whereas opposed to right now it's just kind of like a community thing, like a dialogue. You can have fun with your friends and stuff like that, get into games with them, but other than that I feel like there's no real benefit, and I feel like a broken record now saying this time and time again, but I'm sure that's on the dev team's mind. We probably will be getting some social improvement here in the near future. Be waiting for that, but love this idea, so freaking cool. So moving along to the next one here by BozKurt35, 38 days ago. Now I must warn you, this one is a little bit more of a selfish one in my opinion. Such a small change, but when I was scrolling by I was like, yeah, that's a really cool idea in my opinion. But the idea is a vault system in the game, and how it works is your previous season of the Brawl Pass, we have the rewards on it, but once that season ends you can still look at it, but you'll have a vault where you can see all the things that you have in your possession from the Brawl Pass. I feel like it's a whole concept around the idea of being able to feel like you're accumulating things in the game, right? Something that we lost since the Brawl Pass was implemented in the game. There was nothing better than just stashing away Brawl boxes, being able to see like 200 available or a few big Brawl boxes, where with this situation you can go to your vault and see all the Brawl boxes that you have stashed away and the rewards, the power points, coins, and gems. Very small change, but I like it. It gives you a sense of you're like hoarding things. I don't know, it's pretty cool. All right everyone, so rounding the corner to our next one here, and I actually think this one is incredibly important and could see something like this implemented in the near future, but it's addressing a certain area of Brawl Stars where it's kind of lacking, and I'm sure the Brawl Stars dev team is aware of this once again and is trying to make improvements on it or seeing how they can make changes to it. But once again, another post to Ari Hagria, and it's an improvement to the look for a team feature. Now I got a question for you guys. When was the last time you used this feature? I feel like I haven't used it since it was implemented. I think I used it a few different times, but most of the time I just hop into it with randoms, and I feel like because of that it takes a very long time to queue up into a team, right? You're sitting in matchmaking for a while because no one really uses this feature. So as you can see in Ari Hagria's rendition here, you're able to select a few preferences before you hop into the look for a team queue or the matchmaking. You can select your overall trophies, like a minimum amount of the person that you want to play with. You can select brawler trophies, you can ban brawlers, you can ask for brawler preferences. Maybe you're looking for a mid in gem grab since you're playing like an aggro bull in the lane. You never know. I feel like that is really cool. I don't know how hard it would be to implement this, being able to actually identify what brawler a person is taking into matchmaking for the Brawl Stars system of matchmaking. I think that's definitely extra layers that need to be added in there, but still, nonetheless, I think it's a really cool concept. So getting into the next few here, all made by the same exact creator, and that is Scary Boys, or Scurry boys. Guys, the names today are making me look like a dummy dumb, I'm telling you that much. But while I was scrolling through these ideas and I saw a couple of his posts, it really brought up a great point. It's been a long time since we've had a new Showdown event modifier. We've been stuck with the same 4, and that's the mushroom, the healing mushroom one, energy drink, angry robot, as well as meteors. And I think it'd be cool, one, to either have more of them implemented in the game so it's not like the same feeling ones, or maybe if 4 is enough, we can take out the ones that are not as popular based on a community vote or based on traction in the game and replace it with a few other ones, some of these ideas. So let's get into a few of them. So the very first one here is Crown Power, and it's really unique and in-depth, so I don't know if it would play out, but I love the concept, and that is a crown spawns at the center of the map and strengthens the wearer, plus 3,000 health, plus 50% attack damage, minus 100 millisecond reload speed. You lose all your power-ups and fill health while wearing it. Pretty freaking OP. That crown's OP. I could definitely see a meta surrounding this where you're just seeing a bunch of mortises getting in there, Mortai, and dash into the middle, but I think that'd be incredibly fun, or just more unique concepts like this, almost like it feels like a mini game in Showdown, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Let's get into a few more. You guys, we already have healing mushrooms in the game. Why not raging mushrooms, right? Raging mushrooms appear randomly and boost your attack damage, plus 30% damage buff. I feel like it would make for some really crazy hectic games in Showdown and fun games, fast games, good for trophies. But you could argue the fact that energy drink is kind of similar to this one, but still, I think it's a cool concept. So getting into the final one here of the Showdown event modifiers, and I gotta say, ending on a good one. I love this one. It's called Supply Drops. Supply drops are falling from the sky. Open them and get more power cubes. So in this example, the box that falls from the sky holds 2 power cubes as opposed to 1. I feel like this would open up a bunch of different interesting possibilities in the game, or situations where maybe one drops real close to a couple people, or they see the supply drop coming down, and just having that little bit of incentive that there's 2 power cubes instead of 1, you might be able to see some crazy aggro stuff going on and some fun, exciting things. So really like these ideas, and just like the idea of having more event modifiers to spicing up Showdown a little bit. But let's carry on to the next idea. Now, if you guys thought that other posts previously in the video today was selfish, this one is even more selfish, but might have some utility for you guys as well. So the post was made by Gabby RO59, but it's improvements to friendly games, more settings, guys, deactivating bots, banning certain bots, banning all those S-tier bots that give me troubles. I think that'd be fantastic. And as you guys know, or if you didn't know, in friendly games, even if they're power level 1 as it shows at the end of matches, bots, they're still power level 10. They have a star power and they're dealing power level 10 damage. So being able to weaken them to power level 1, making them even more bot, I think that'd be OP. And just being able to do like event modifiers, other options here, as you can see on your screen, I think it'd be really cool. But yeah, I think it'd be awesome just to be free reign on the map, no bots in sight, just messing around, having a good time. Also, not to mention, it'd be really good for practicing solo based things, right? If you want to get better at dribbling with Mortis, you can hop into like a Brawl Ball match with no bots. If you want to dine a jump on certain maps you're not comfortable on and you don't want to be pressured by bots, there you go. Really cool concept. I like that idea a lot. Now, I also thought this one was incredibly cool, kind of touching on 2 different things that I would love to see in the game. Once again, by Ari Hagria, MVP of today's video, with the really good ideas, my goodness. But this one is improvements to replays. So one, being able to rewind, fast forward, going to a specific spot in a game. You guys don't know how many times I've made maybe a good Dynamite play, but the rest of the game I played like trash. So I just want to fast forward to that part, save it, upload it, stuff like that. And I'm sure you guys can relate. With that, being able to increase the rewatch speed, so ×4, ×2, whatever you'd like to see. And for the second reason I think this is really cool is being able to see more in-depth stats of spectating, right? Sometimes I like to just go on Brawl TV and be cool to maybe someone's popping off in a game, you see that they're playing really skillfully in Showdown, you want to see where they're at in trophies, maybe their highest trophy brawler, you never know. I think that's really cool, that little bubble that pops up there. So getting into the last couple kind of quality of life implementations for potential update here in Brawl Stars before we get into the Brawler Concepts, which I think you guys are going to enjoy. So this one here is by Chief Pekka. Now, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think about this one. I'm only bringing this up because I've seen it brought up a few different times in the community, and that is a more in-depth pre-game display of the brawlers you're going up against. So being able to view what gadget they're using, what star power, what power level they are. I think it's really cool to have more in-depth things like this in Brawl Stars, and I'm actually a pretty big fan fan of it. But playing devil's advocate here, do you guys think it would be a little bit too much information before you hop into it? I feel like a lot of the strategy before you get into a game is trying to figure out if they're maxed out with the ring or what star power they're actually using. Maybe you're playing up against a bee and you really don't know if she's using honeycoat or her first star power, and that's definitely really important information that you have to find out. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Still really cool concept, but yeah, let's move on. And the final one that I have for you guys today is by Lighter125 making an appearance once again, and that is improvements to Training Cave. Man, it'd be awesome to be able to see certain things like a heist safe so you can test out damage, some other things like jump pads. In this one, I love the camping test. I think he did that as a gag there on the far left, top left. But yeah, just being able to have more options. You can spawn in a bot to go up against and even choose what brawler they are. You can choose what robots you actually want there. Sniper robot, you can deactivate them, have them spawn in as much as you like. You can change the theme of the actual map you're playing on, all that stuff. I think that's really, really cool. But yeah, make sure to let me know. I think definitely Training Cave needs something just to be able to practice a bit more with other brawlers. So as for the Brawler Concepts here, we're going to be touching upon 3 very briefly, and they're all designed by the same exact person, Mini Matt 826. Starting off with my favorite one, and that is Barry. Guys, I love this concept where you have a brawler that's all shield, right? You have someone that is there to tank the damage. It's kind of introducing a different supportive mechanic in the game. Yes, we do have tankier units in Brawl Stars that have a lot of health that can kind of do that in and of itself, as well as we have healing brawlers. But how cool would that be if you were a supportive character where your main role is to shield oncoming damage for your teammates? I think that's really, really cool. So reading into this just a little bit more, an epic support that can shield his allies. Barry is a robotic technician who works with high advanced technology to create powerful holograms. He attacks by creating a hologram disc and can bounce off one wall before hitting an enemy. His super creates a giant barrier in front of him that protects him and his allies. So dang cool, love it. So the next one we're getting into is once again by Mini Matt, like we said before, and it is a chromatic brawler. Its name is Neo. Really like the concept, super unique, where basically it's a spawnable unit. Once you spawn in that certain thing, it will then upgrade over time. So if you don't take care of it right away, or maybe you spawn it right in the back of your spawn, so you give it some time, upgrading, gaining damage, range, and health. I think that's really, really cool. But reading into it just a little bit more here, Neo is a high-tech robot who is a mascot of the Neo Technicians and the brains behind the group's inventions. He attacks by firing a long-range projectile and throwing 2 short-ranged punches simultaneously. His super is a projectile throwing pet that levels up the longer it is alive, gaining damage, range, and health. So the basic attack is 1, a projectile, so you can do that chip damage, as well as a few punching jabs, close range, so simultaneously. I think that's really, really cool. A really awesome concept. You guys will have to let me know what you're thinking about that one. And the final one is Spores. Now, I don't know how good this would be in the game, but I thought it was pretty awesome, where it's much different than the other healing brawlers in the game. So basically, his basic attack just heals. It doesn't affect the enemy teammates. So Spore is a badass mushroom. Guys, the only time I can swear is if it's someone else's concept. Come on. Who fires exploding/healing mushrooms at his enemies. Explosion does not affect enemies. Explosion heals nearby allies. His super is a large mushroom that explodes, releasing spores that poison enemies and heal allies over a short period. So it kind of seems like he doesn't do any damage to the enemies, but he gets his super, and that's what the damage comes from. So you are basically all support. But I thought it was a unique concept that I thought I'd bring up to you guys. Don't know how viable it would be, but still super interesting. But yeah, everybody, those are the concepts that I have for you in today's video. I feel like I've been enjoying this so far. I took a very long break from looking at ideas that the community is bringing up, and I feel like I've been missing out. There's a lot of really awesome ideas that you guys are coming up with. I feel like the creators in the community aren't just like YouTubers and stuff like that, like I kind of mentioned in the beginning of the video. It all comes down to other things such as this, fan art, creating ideas. The Brawl Stars dev team is always looking at that stuff, and it's definitely incredibly fun for me and everyone else to look at. It's really, really cool, really awesome ideas. You guys, so dang talented. Oh freaking P. But But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video today. Let me know what you're thinking about some of these. What are some of the ones that you would like to see here as soon as possible? Definitely would love that bot feature. Being able to play in friendly battles and disabling bots would be awesome. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed it, make sure to slap a like on it. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, with that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.